Miami, 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 Miami. It feel like Miami.
What a start to the show. Am I supposed to go yet? Can anyone hear me? Am I supposed to rant?
Yes, go.
Oh my God. Like, what's it? First of all, I didn't know it was soloed on me. I'm like staring at my phone. I've been screaming at G for a minute. Like, we need some kind of opening video. This shit is a shit show. Honestly, it mirrors exactly the fucking Heat tonight. Yes, Fez, I know we're live. Thank you for that. But yeah, I mean, listen, it's Denver in Denver. We haven't won there since like 2016. We knew what it was going to be, right? We knew it was going to be a loss. But like Jimmy goes out in the first quarter, here we go again, right? But it's honestly, it's not even the loss. It's just how they look, right? Yes, thank you. I look good. Thank you. Thank you. Slim Ozempic Alf. Yes, thank you. But it's not just that they lost, it's just how they look. It's just how they look so disjointed, so discombobulated for a team running it back. Like, they don't look like a team that's played together before. I don't recognize Bam. I swear to God. And like, we're going to talk about Bam a lot tonight. Bring me out. Like, this isn't hangover time. I don't know what we're doing here. I'm all discombobulated. Like, I don't know what Bam I'm watching. Like, he had 20 and 9 tonight. And if you just take that, if you just box score watching, you're like, oh, that was pretty good. That means you didn't watch the game. Hesitant at all times.
Can we take the lower thirds off?
Yeah, what's happening? I can't even see Tiv. How you doing, Tiv? I can't see you. So if you say something.
I'm tired.
Bam can't finish around the rim, all right? I was promised like 6 3-point attempts per game from Bam. Motherfuckers wide open, not shooting the ball. Like, so what's the point? Why are you standing out there? Like, we could put a damn orange traffic cone out there if you're not going to shoot the ball, okay? And defensively, I'm not seeing this guy who's been complaining about being depoy all summer. I'm sorry. Like, if y'all seen it, let me know. But I'm not seeing offensively, I'm not seeing any kind of leap, any type of growth. I'm not seeing these 3-point attempts that I was promised. He's not finishing around the rim. He's going back to that little midi game, and he's not making none of them. The defense isn't there. And then a lot of times he's just out here looking confused. And I know we've blamed it a lot on the guards. We've blamed it a lot on the fact that no one's got his back. But when he's out there with Highsmith, I don't want to hear those excuses, Lou. You know what I mean? Like, I really want – I don't want to keep harping on the same things tonight, but I would like to focus on what the fuck is going on with Bam Adebayo.
I generally have no idea. I don't think he's ever looked this bad offensively. Like, it looks horrible. He looks timid. He looks scared. What is going on? Like, I generally don't even know what the fix is other than he just has to hit some of these shots that he's missing. Like, it's entirely up to him. I don't even think it's scheme dependent anymore. I think he's in his own head. I think he's all over his own head. This is ridiculous, but I think the best thing you said, Alf, was how this team, for running it back, looks like they don't know how to play with each other. That shit is nasty, man. Like, so many guys returning, basically the entire team. Almost the entire team, and they have zero chemistry. Offensively, okay, we'll give them some slack, I guess, from time to time, because they weren't good last year, But defensively, like, rotations are bad, miscommunications on screens are bad, backdoors are bad, zone is bad, rebounding is bad. Like, they are just bad.
Well, you know what's funny? Like, Tiff, for this guy to all summer say he wants to be depoy. And listen, I know we're going to see Bam eventually. I know we're going to see the real Bam eventually. But I'm just saying, as of now, I'm not seeing the Bam Adebayo. I know for a guy who's been talking about Depoy all year, for you to come in and for this team to be this bad on defense,
Right.
and not just the team, the starting lineup to be this bad. And you can't put that all on Bam, but you got to put some of it on him because he's supposed to be an eraser.
Right.
But I mean, but can he be an eraser
on both sides of the paper? You can't erase on both sides at the same time.
But I'm saying they out here drawing in marker. Like ain't nobody can erase that shit. I mean, what have you seen from Bam?
I am gonna give him, as far as defensively, I'm gonna give him a little slack because it doesn't. And we're gonna be real honest. It doesn't matter who's out there with Bam. If you have Tyler and Terry in the backcourt, that doesn't matter. That's a faucet that is running continuously. Like, you cannot stop the drip. So if Bam goes to the left to try to help, you're still leaving something open. Even if Haywood is out there, if Jimmy is out there, like, none of that matters because they're dying on screens. So he's trying to step up. And then when he steps up, somebody's open. It's just like, it's so weird. It's so weird. Like, I feel like they make me want to think they want to play like this and they want to play together. Like, they're trying to make me see something that they don't believe in. And how we harped on the offense last year and the way that they played, realistically, they got to go back to some old things. Yeah, they got to go back to the Bam and Duncan. And not for nothing, I don't want to see Bam just standing out there in the corner. If he's open, that's fine. But maybe he does need a healthy dose of those middies again. Maybe that's just like
I don't know if he needs the middies, but I think he needs to catch the ball in that area that free throw line extended that he used to catch the ball in, instead of, because if he's going to stand at the top of the key and get the ball wide open and then turn his back to the basket beyond the 3-point line,
he has to shoot that. He has to shoot that.
But that's what. So if that's what it's going to be, then no, put him back there, Lou, where free throw line extended, where he used to sit at the elbow and make the. I'm sorry, go ahead, Tiff, and make things happen.
No, I agree, but I feel like here's the problem with that. You got too many other people trying to get shots out of this situation, or he makes the right pass and then he's trying to receive it back and the ball never comes back to him.
Because he's playing with a bunch of black holes out there.
There's too many people trying to eat off one plate.
Yep.
Like,
too
this
many
is just
as the chat says.
Yeah, I just think it's never going to work because you just have too many people who are trying to all get offense. And Bam is not a guy who's going to come out and, he's not a pure shooter. So he might miss his first 3, and then by the end of the game, he's only missed 7 shots. Like, he's that kind of scorer. So he has to get the touches to basically warm up. But if what you're going to do is give him 2 touches and go away from him for another 7 minutes, he's never going to get a rhythm. So it doesn't matter where he's shooting from, doesn't matter what he's trying to do. And at some point, I do think that type of offense affects his defense.
And Lou, we've talked about that a lot. I do think, Tiff, I think there's 2 things affecting his defense. The fact that offensively they're just so funky and out of rhythm. But and one of the things I do want to I'm gonna take away some of the blame on the other guys. He's been getting 18 shots up, 20 shots up, 30 shots up. He's getting 24 shots up, right? And he is just smoking shots right around the rim.
No,
so
he is.
At this point, I feel like there is some of that with the fit, and there is some of that with how he's getting set up, where he's getting the ball, where he's positioned. But some of it is, Lou, he's smoking fucking layups.
It's just on him. Like the first couple games of the season, they were trying the 5-out stuff. They were doing that. Last game, they had a switch against Phoenix where it was ironically Bam's worst offensive game, but they used him as a hub. That's why he had 6 assists. Today, they went back to the hub stuff. The hub stuff, it works for Tyler. Let's be honest. Everything's working for Tyler. So, but the hub stuff works for Bam in terms of getting him involved in the playmaking aspect. But if you're hubbing and Nikola Jokic is dead ass under the rim and you're at the top of the 3-pointer, you have to shoot these. Like,
Yeah.
there's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. Like, we harped all summer. He made a big deal about it. He said he's a 4-man. He went to the Olympics. They played him at the 4. They made him sit in a corner and shoot threes. What's going on? Why are you not even taking? He attempted 5 threes today. He should have attempted fucking 12.
Yeah.
By the metrics of how they're guarding him, like, we need him to shoot, man.
Or
Like,
don't stand out there.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And if you're not going to shoot and you're going to be hubbing up there on the floor, we need more Duncan minutes with him. Like, Tyler and Duncan look good today. We need those two guys around Bam if we want him hubbing. Those two guys and Highsmith.
He don't look comfortable. There's just something about his fluidity, the way his body's moving, how he's catching the ball, where he's catching it. And I don't mean on the court. I mean physically, like where he's receiving the ball. Like, he just doesn't look comfortable. And I don't know if that's just because of the players around him in the beginning and now he's in his own head, or he's just not comfortable playing with them. Something's just not right.
He looked tired today, Tiff. He looked exhausted.
His energy was shit
in
today.
Yeah.
In the second quarter, they tried
Well-
Kalel, then they put in TB, and Bam had to run 11 consecutive minutes. That was like a little stint in the game where they were kind of doing a little something. And he was genuinely like, it was like the last 2 minutes of the quarter, and he wasn't even making it up the court anymore.
If you gotta bang with the Joker, I get it, because Ware didn't work. You gave Thomas Bryant a couple of minutes, but really the banging is on you. You've got to do it. This is what it is.
Yeah, and I don't want to just be this one game, right? It's more about Bam on the season has just not looked very good.
Right.
And then, the other thing is, yes, Tiff, there was a lot of phrasing in there, man. A lot. It was like Pete Charles Barkley outtakes. No, like this season, it's been funky, and then like some of the stuff Spo's doing, like he had a lineup out there at one point. I was like, what the fuck is happening? It was like Kalel Ware, Josh Richardson. It was like Jimmy was out. Jimmy was out with the ankle, and there was no Tyler, no Bam, no Terry on the floor. And I'm like, what is this? Like, what are we trying now? Like, Pello, whatever his name is, Pello Larson and Kalel Ware on the floor at the same time with Josh Richardson. I'm like, what is going on? Like, so, like, and here was the other thing that I thought was funny. It's like you put Kalel Ware in with Joker out there.
Man.
My goodness.
What were you expecting from
I
young
tweeted
man?
as soon as he came on the floor, I said, cover your eyes.
It went bad
Like,
real fast.
There's certain games during the year. Twice, you do want to stick to your rotations, whatever it is, but you just got to mirror Jokic with Bam.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Like, why are we getting fucking cute here? You know what I'm saying? Like, you were gonna lose. You're probably gonna lose this game anyway, but at least lose it smart. Like, you gotta mirror Jokic's and Bam's minutes. You can play Kalel Ware when I don't even know the Nuggets backup center's name. Play him then.
One.
They don't.
They were playing like 6-7 guys at center every time Jokic sat out, and we would go on runs. But like then Jokic comes back in the game, and Thomas Bryant's out there trying to guard him. Like, it just, I don't know, just a lot of things like that. Just the fact that, Josh did have a decent game, but we're still running Josh Richardson out there when we need scoring. No Alec Burks,
Right.
like who's been one of your best 3-point shooters. I just don't understand all the thinking behind everything that we're doing. And I'm not going to get on Terry today. I'll let you do it, Tiff.
Man.
Before you go off on Terry, the chat says plus minus is a trash stat, but Terry was a minus 29 at one point, and the stat meant something.
The law of averages. Terry was the only starter with a positive net rating, courtesy of Frankie. Shout out Frankie, he's producing today, and That could have not been the most bullshit stat ever. I don't care if it's true, man. Today alone is going to take his net rating, and I'm so happy because everybody who's like, but look, guys, he positive. Do you have eyes? Do they function? Is the next question.
I asked somebody the other day, do they watch the game with the screen on? Because I said, what? I mean, I think they were trying to tell me Josh Richardson has been really good this year. I was like,
wait a second.
First of all, he's only played in 3 games.
Dude, they out here watching reruns of the 2015 season. I'm like, what are you talking about?
They didn't get to the point where he stepped on the line. Let him keep watching.
Keep watching. Keep watching. Don't worry. Just wait. But go ahead. Let's talk about Terry, and let's talk about the overall. Let's talk about the guard play, because I feel like Tyler has been amazing, and I feel like Terry has been really bad. But I feel like the tandem has been just trash. What do you see with the guard play?
I think we kind of get lulled into this thing where they most of the games this season, they've come out and they've both had like a hot first quarter where they've been doing a lot of scoring. But I think we kind of we get fooled into that because they're doing a lot of scoring, but it's just like the teams keep running it back down on them. So you're getting a 3, somebody else comes down and score. You're scoring. So it looks good in theory. But then all of a sudden, by the time we get to the second half,
but Tiff, doesn't even look good in theory, because we said that shit was trash.
It doesn't look good in theory, but it doesn't look good in theory. But I'm just telling you what I keep hearing everywhere else in the world, that they're looking good. But y'all only talking about the one side of the court, and even then,
it doesn't look good on that side.
If you fold that like a piece of paper, this is what you get. I don't understand, because they have a lot of similarities as far as the way they like to do things. But I'm so confused by all the different things as to, if Terry is the point guard, then the idea is to keep that dribble alive as long as possible. So you can't be dribble, pick up, and then pivot, look, or dribble, step back, take the shot when you didn't have to do that. There's just so many little things where this is like a 6-man player.
Tiff, I've never seen a starting point guard get trapped so easily.
Every time.
Because he picks it up every time.
And Tiff, you want to know what's worse? When he dribbles too, when he continues to dribble,
when he has the ball,
bad.
Whenever he has the ball, it's a problem. And somebody was pointing out, when the fourth quarter, when Jimmy takes over, he turns into a catch and shoot guy, and all of a sudden, you could take him on offense, but then defensively, boy, I think you said it in the chat, Tiff. The way this man dies on screens like a mosquito, this shit is sad. I'm telling you, he is the worst guard defender the Heat have had since Kendrick Nunn.
But you know what? But Kendrick Nunn,
what?
But I mean, we not gonna act like Kendrick Nunn wasn't playing Captain Save a Hole from a time and time.
Every once in a while. But you know what? At least Kendrick Nunn could get to the rim. And this is what I did want to get into, because I'm watching this team and I'm watching other teams. I'm watching us get blown by all the time. People getting into the rim, all kinds of action happening in the paint. And for us, I'm just not seeing it from our guards. Or when we do get into the paint, we smoke layups all day long, right? It's driving me insane. So I asked Frankie and Lou, I think you guys pulled the numbers. I said, because, outside test, I said, the only guy getting to the rim and finishing on this team seems to be Tyler Herro, which is completely antithetical to everything we've known about Tyler Herro on this team. So I asked the guys to look it up, and Lou, go ahead. Or actually, Frankie, if you have the numbers, go ahead and put them up. Oh, wait, can't nobody see that?
No. Lou, go ahead. Talk about your numbers.
Lou, tell us what that says.
So that's just in terms of frequency, the guys who get to the rim the most. I mean, it's Jaime. He gets there the most, I guess. Tyler doesn't really get there often, but when he does, he's the number 1 finisher on the team, which is the biggest takeaway. He's still getting there more than he used to, but he's been the most efficient guy once he gets there. This team, it just doesn't have a great balance of guys getting there.
So Alf's eye test was correct.
100%. Like, I mean, Tyler's shooting 68% at the rim, which is the best of his career. And, you know, if we see everybody else right there, you see where it says rim, they're all blue. You know what that means? They're ass. Like, that's what that means.
Yeah, so who's the worst? Who's the worst?
It's Jaime. He's been horrible, but he's been getting there more than anybody else. And he has also been drawing enough fouls, like, where it's not horrible. But, like, Jokic, Jimmy, Terry, Bam, all of them, straight
See,
butt.
okay, take that
So,
off the
so
screen.
wait. So you're telling me, I want to make sure I'm right,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm wearing glasses and still didn't see that little shit.
No, shit, me neither.
But all the people we need to be good at it.
You know what, Tiff? That's exactly what I'm telling you, Tiff. There's only one guy who's out there finishing at an above 50th percentile in the NBA, and that is Tyler Herro. Tyler Herro's finishing at the rim is barely above average by NBA standards, but we are praising him because he looks like Jesus with the way everybody else is bricking these fucking shots around
But
the rim.
and so how can Bam be one of your Bam can't be one of your worst guys at the rim. Terry, remember everyone. Tiff, they lied to me last year, boy. When I was like, "What the fuck? Why do we do this trade? This trade don't make no goddamn sense, right?" Kyle, an expiring contract and a first round pick for Terry Rozier, that made no damn sense. No, they said, "Oh no, he's much better than Kyle. He puts pressure on the rim." What kind of pressure does it matter if he can't make a layup?
Defensive pressure on the rim protector. You didn't let him finish, Alf. Come on,
okay,
man.
I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Kim watched one quarter, and I'm gonna tell you the pressure she said they was putting on the rim. She said, "Why they shot so loud?"
But man, I'm telling you, we smoke everything right around the rim, and you can't. And so that's part of my thing with Bam. Like, we want to blame everybody else, but when the man gets the ball around the rim and has a chance to score, I mean, look at that damn fast break today.
Right.
That fast break. You had Bam Adebayo, 6'9", 6'10", one of the most athletic players in the NBA, one-on-one on the break with Jamal Murray, who is not known to be a good defender at all. Okay. Instead of just launching and dunking on his ass, my man tries a Euro step. The clumsiest, most awkward Euro step, and then smokes it on the bottom of the rim. You are 6'10". You are this team center, and you cannot complete a fast break over Jamal Murray. And then that would have cut the lead to 3. Of course, you go back the other way. Jamal Murray hits a 3. It's now you're down 6. Come back, another stop. Come back, another 3. Not down. You're down. Now you're down 9. Like these swings, these wild ass swings, because you can't hit a layup, is wild to me. I'm sorry, they would have been down 3, and then they ended up being down 8 after the 3-pointer. Like, that's a huge swing. And these things in a game this close, in a game against the Denver Nuggets in Denver, you just can't have this shit.
It's nasty. Like it is so nasty. Like last year, the Heat sucked at getting to the rim. They also sucked at finishing. They were 28th and 29th. This year, let me get my glasses here, guys. 25th finishing and 27th getting to the rim. You know what that tells me? They're still bad.
We were told threes and layups. That's what they said the new offense was going to be, threes and layups.
I don't know what their layups look like. Maybe they need to practice that because
I've never really seen them make any.
No. And it needs to be, I don't know what needs to happen, but you know what it might start with? Can we hire an offensive coordinator from somewhere? Somebody?
No, they have the new offense.
Yeah, they ain't.
I love so in the chat they keep calling the Heat, they're such a little ass team. But I keep saying it. The funniest thing about this little ass team, they're also not fast or athletic.
No.
No, they're just.
But we gotta be honest though.
They're
small and slow.
They've been little for a long time.
Yeah,
they didn't just become little. So I'm gonna move away from them being little because they didn't just become little.
No, I just think it's funny that they're little and not athletic.
Right. Well, that was the problem where I thought they needed to get faster and more athletic.
Now
If
now
you're
they're
gonna be little, you got to be fast and athletic.
and smart. Don't forget smart. And you know, we don't have a lot of those guys on the team either. Like,
Listen, I'm reading Bronx Joker. Highsmith did all he could guarding KD.
mhm.
I'm not listen.
Nobody else took the challenge.
I'm not complaining about any of the bench guys. I think Tyler and quote unquote the bench are the only people that are making this team somewhat watchable. If we were to trot out these starters, which by the way they did yet again, the same five before Jimmy got hurt, 16-7 in 4 minutes. That shit was a barrage defensively. And offensively, cover your eyes, folks. We had 7 points. 2 of them came with 2 seconds left, and Terry hit 2 bullshit ass shots. Shout out you, Terry. That now that I come to think about it, that was a third of his shots from the whole game were in that 4-minute stint in the first quarter. Anyways, that was the offense. Like at some point, something needs to change, man. Please, something change. Now Jimmy's hurt, so something is it's forced to change. But Jimmy was never the issue.
And that's the thing. The change is going to come.
Right.
Shout out to Sam Cooke. Is Jimmy's about to get replaced in the lineup with Haywood.
Right.
Which does nothing to help the problem because Jimmy was standing there. Now it's going to be Haywood standing there.
Because he ain't going to get the ball either.
while Tyler and Terry play and one mixtape.
Right.
Now, I will say Tyler's playmaking when he has the ball, when Terry's not on the floor, has been excellent. And he's like his defense is still tough, but he's trying at least. But like it's to me, and then you're going to keep Jokic out there, right? The Tyler, Terry, Jokic combination. I don't know who wants to pull that 3-man lineup stat or how they've looked. It's been bad all season. It turns Bam into an unrecognizable player. So Jimmy being hurt doesn't change that. Like it's still bad. It's still bad. Though that threesome is what's taking down the starting lineup. And to me, like you can keep blaming Jokic, keep taking Jokic out. They did look better when it was Haywood instead of Jokic, but I really do think you got to split up Terry and Tyler. You cannot have a backcourt that is that porous defensively, but also can't get to the damn rim. You can't score. The offense is bad when those 2 guys are on the floor, and they can't defend either. Like it just something's got to give somewhere. Right. So the Jimmy injury is not going to show us anything unless you take Terry out too. Yeah. Like we saw tonight that Duncan and Highsmith are 2 guys that needed way more minutes tonight.
Well, you look at it, what you saw, Duncan, Highsmith, Pele, they move without the ball.
Yep.
I don't mean like around the perimeter. I mean, they make actual cuts to the basket. You have no one in the starting lineup who's doing it.
Nope.
Lou, what are those numbers of that 3-man unit? 3-man lineup?
That 3-man lineup of Terry, Tyler, and Rozier is minus 5.4 net rating, which is surprisingly better than I anticipated, right?
Right.
So let's throw in the starters. Let's just make it a whole tandem here. Why don't we? They're 0th percentile. They are minus 15.3. Do you know how bad that is? That's the worst. You can't be negative in terms of percentile. That doesn't exist. And they're 0. That's where the scale begins. That's the worst of the worst. And that's where they are. Ironically enough, if you substitute Jimmy Butler for Jaime Hawkins, they're plus 35.
Well, maybe that's the way to go next game. I just someone says Terry and Rozier are trash again. Correct.
The worst.
Oh, Frankie, you should have stopped the damn show right there. Because that was appropriate.
But where have we seen, because I feel like Lou and I talked about this, there's a lineup that Terry played with, and it was mostly bench guys, where they were actually
say what with LaMelo Ball? No, I mean, but it just honestly, like, and this is where I'm just getting really fucking frustrated. We look at Terry, right? Just like we looked at Tyler last year. Man, that'd be a good guy to bring off the bench.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we just insist. In the chat, Hornets gave us 11. Yes, they did. I don't know what
rotten too.
I don't know what. I guess they knew nobody was really watching Charlotte games. They listen. They pat statted. Stat padded. I just made them.
No, you didn't. You said it right.
I made they pat. They didn't even stat pad. They pat statted.
They pat statted.
They pat tricked. No, that's yeah. Like I lost my whole train of thought with that. No, you can look at Terry and you say that's a spark plug off the bench. Come in here and do your wild dribbling, young man, and your over dramatic rebounds that kill a fast break opportunity.
The rebounds never fail to get me.
Oh my god!
I'm talking. He's alone. Shit. And then one mixtape dribbles up the floor.
And until the truth, yeah, he's fancy until the damn the trap comes.
I've never seen a point guard miss more slip like guys who slip screens than Terry Rozier. He sees him. The only slip pass he made all season, the one he was supposed to Jimmy Butler at the end of last game.
Yeah.
That's how it.
Oh God.
You know what's sad? I feel bad for Jimmy because I think Jimmy I think Jimmy forgot where the hell he was once he caught that ball.
No, in Jimmy's mind, like, okay, I must have missed something if this nigga passed me the ball on the way to the rim.
Because you can tell he caught it and go,
wait a second. Jimmy was like, "Am I the asshole?" Like,
and then
wasn't we supposed to go for the tie?
Look, boy, and at this moment, he knew this team wasn't going nowhere. Look at his head.
Boy, he said, "I'm gonna twist my ankle next game."
He said, "I need to miss a month